swear this is the worst logo I've ever seen. Hello and welcome back to Nathan Talks. I'm Nathan and today I'll be doing a tier list of all 30 NBA teams' logos. But if you're new here, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell so you never miss a new video. Now let's get right into the tier list. So to start off our tier list, we're gonna go with the Utah Jazz logo. And it's going in C tier. It's not that great of a logo. It's pretty much just the name of the team. Kind of creative, but, you know, pretty average. Now moving on, we got the Houston Rockets logo. Now this logo is S tier. I really like the Houston Rockets logo. Really creative with the little rocket stream coming out of the R. Yeah, just an overall really good logo. Really describes what their team is in just such a simple way. So I really like it. All right, next we got the Golden State Warriors. Now this is a pretty good logo. I really like the inclusion of the bridge in the logo. It really adds to that feel of where the team's from. So I'm gonna go A tier. It's a pretty good logo. Not necessarily pushing the top tier logos like Houston, but it definitely is a very solid logo. Very good job on the marketing department. Now for our next logo. And bear in mind that I love the franchise, love all the players and everything, but this logo is completely horrible. The Portland Trail Blazers logo is in D tier. It is terrible. I don't understand it at all. It's not even good. It's just this little weird thing. I mean, yeah, it's just not that great. Hate to do it to him, but you know, I love Dame Time, CJ McCollum, Nurk, all the boys. It's just, this logo is not creative at all. And someone explained to me what do they mean by Trailblazer? Is it supposed to be like a pioneer? Is that because they're in Portland, Oregon? Is that what it is? Someone tell me in the comments. Somebody look it up. I think it's because they're Oregon and they're Trailblazers, but like, how does that have to do with anything that their logo is for? It's just this. It's ridiculous. All right, moving on. We have a classic. The Los Angeles Lakers. Now that's an S tier logo right there. You gotta love the Lakers logo. It's just so iconic that really, where else could you put it? I mean, the font's really great on the logo. It really meshes well. And obviously I love the purple and yellow or gold or however you want to say it. Colors, gold. I really love the purple and gold color scheme. It really goes well together and it really makes for an overall pleasing logo. Really well done. Very big fan. All right, moving on to our next logo to grace the list. We are going with the Los Angeles Clippers. And this is a D tier logo. It is not very good at all. It's literally a basketball with LA in it and then the C surrounding it. Not creative at all. Could have done something so much better with it. I don't even know what a Clipper is. So, I mean, yeah, that's where it goes, D tier. And now, going on to the Phoenix Suns. Now, this is a team I root for, but I can't let it bias me. So, this logo is going in B tier. It's a pretty decent logo. I mean, you got the oranges really mesh well together. The orange and yellow and black really work well together. It's a really nice color scheme. I really like how they balance out how they don't go overboard with all the purple and orange and all that stuff. It's just a really simplistic kind of logo, and that kind of works for it in a way. I did have to take some points off of it because it's just not very creative, but at the end, you know, the little sun around the basketball, that's pretty good. That definitely is a mid-tier kind of logo. So that's where I put it. We're moving on to the Brooklyn Nets. And this is quite possibly the worst NBA logo in the league right now. It's a D tier logo. Literally the same exact thing I said for the Clippers. It's a B inside of a basketball with nets above it. I mean, it's not very creative at all. The color scheme isn't even that pleasing. It's whatever. But teams are really good right now. Definitely going to be seeing more of it. I really wish that they'd get a better main logo than what they have now. Moving on, we are going to tackle the San Antonio Spurs. Now this is another A tier logo. It's a very nice logo. I mean, aesthetically, it's pretty pleasing. The inclusion of the actual spur in the Spurs logo is very creative. Gotta hand it to the marketing department on that one. All the colors they use in it really work well together because they're all darker themes. And I mean, as I was saying for the Nets, it's a little bland, but in the terms of the Spurs, it kind of works for them and their brand of kind of what they stand for, and the whole culture of Popovich and Tim Duncan, all this. It kind of works for them. So as far as that goes, I really like the logo. Really nice. Would recommend.
Would recommend?
I'd recommend this logo. If you want to make a good logo, go look at the Spurs. For our next logo to grace the list, we have the Minnesota Timberwolves logo. Now, for Minnesota, I've been debating this one pretty hard, but this is an A tier logo. It's a pretty nice logo. I really like how they included the timber wolf in the logo. It works really well for them. And they actually creatively used a basketball in their logo with the night sky, and then you have the little star in the middle. That looks very nice. Normally I'd kind of critique such using the basketball, but they used it very creatively, so I'm okay with it. And the color scheme is actually pretty nice. Only using the lime green that they use. Well, I guess it's not lime. What would
Neon?
Yeah, neon green in their logo. Only a little bit, which I'm very okay with because I don't want to be blinded by an NBA logo. So it's very aesthetically pleasing. Very good logo. For our next logo, we're going to be looking at the Chicago Bulls logo. Now, this may be a little controversial, but this is a B tier logo. It's literally just a bull. I get the simplistic value of it, but it's not very creative. It's mid-tier. It's the only reason it's so iconic is because of MJ and the 90s Bulls or whatever. All the Chicago and all that. So as far as logos go, it's a pretty average logo. It's not terrible, but it's not great either. So for our next logo, we are going with the Miami Heat logo. By the way, congrats to the Miami Heat moving on to the Eastern Conference to the Eastern Conference Finals for the first time since 2014. I really like how their team's been playing lately. Really promising future, especially for my boy Duncan Robinson, you already know. So, for the Miami Heat logo, this is an S tier logo. Great logo. As I said, there's on complete opposite ends of the spectrum. Either you use the basketball right or you use it completely wrong. This is one case where I really like how they incorporated a basketball into their logo. Really pleasing color scheme, very creative, love it. Let's keep going. So for our next logo, we are going to be going to the Atlanta Hawks. And this is a C tier logo. It's pretty basic, not really that good of a logo. The hawk is pretty cool, but I do have to take points off that on your logo it says the Atlanta Hawks Basketball Club. What is this? The 1940s? Come on, we're past that. All right, let's keep going. For real though, it's like, why do you have that on your logo? They're the only NBA team that has club on their logo. Moving on to the Denver Nuggets logo. Now this is another logo that incorporates a basketball, but it's a very minor part of the logo. I'm gonna go with a B tier logo on this one. Pretty good. I really like the color scheme actually. It's just kind of a simplistic looking logo, not too bad. I really like the incorporation of the pickaxes, but overall pretty decent logo, kind of mid tier, yeah, it's a good logo. Solid. So moving on, we have the Orlando Magic logo. And this is yet another logo that uses a basketball. I can't stress this enough. How many teams do this?
I mean, this is a basketball league.
I know, but it's ridiculous. Literally almost every team. What's the statistic? Of how many teams use a basketball in their logo. Hold on, let me count this.
2 hours later.
15. Half of the NBA's teams use a basketball in their logo. That is ridiculous.
I do kind of get your point, because like in like the NFL or the MLB,
You don't see that.
you don't see like a football in their logo or a baseball in their
Like,
logo.
I get it, like a basketball is easy to incorporate in your logo and it makes sense. But come on. Half the NBA teams, you can't come up with something a little bit original to what your team's actually about? Like, there is no need for the Sacramento Kings to have a basketball in their logo. I'm sorry. Wait, no, 16. I forgot the Thunder. 16 teams. That's just... Wait, hold up. Nope, it's 17. Charlotte has one at the end of the little stinger or whatever. Like the bottom of it, it's like a little basketball. Are you kidding me? Oh wait, no. It's 18. The Boston Celtics dude is spinning a basketball.
Maybe we didn't pay the match.
No, we didn't. All right. Now for our next... Wait. Well, oh yeah, we're doing the Magic. I'm sorry. For the Magic logo. Now this is one I've been kind of debating with. But... Oh shoot. This is a B tier logo. It's a pretty decent logo. I like the concept that they're trying to go with. I just wish that they could execute on it a little better. I really like the stars around it. You know, it's a pretty decent logo. Yeah, pretty average. So for our next logo, we have the Washington Wizards logo, and this is a D tier logo. Absolutely, just like. What are you even doing? This doesn't represent your franchise at all, other than the Washington Monument is in your logo. And also got to take points off that it almost looks like a basketball. So you almost copied, over half of the NBA. Very unoriginal. The color scheme doesn't even look that good. Really could have executed on it a little bit better.
Also,
could have looked so much better.
Throwback to the NBA quiz. They're the team that has
changed their logo so many times, and yet they end up on this crappy logo. I like the MJ logo. Like, if you add their modern day color scheme to the MJ logo, like back in those Wizards days, that would be an actually pretty good logo. But no, they just like the Wizards do, they screw everything up. Moving on, we have the Boston Celtics logo, and this is an S tier logo. Absolutely no doubt, definitely one of the top tier logos in the NBA. One of the best NBA teams ever. So of course they gotta bring a fire logo. I don't think they've really changed it that much over the years. Absolutely beautiful. Love the incorporation of what's his name? What's the mascot's name? Lucky or something. I don't know. I don't remember his name, but I really love the incorporation of him into the logo. What?
Lucky the Leprechaun.
Lucky the Leprechaun is very well incorporated into the logo. Yeah. Nice logo. All right, for our next logo, we have the Sacramento Kings, and this is a C tier logo. Not that good. What really kind of saves it is the nice looking color scheme of the purple and white and the little bit of gray they have in there and the crown looking aspect of it. But it's not really that good of a logo. Some misconstrued it for, I don't know, Burger King or something. I don't know. It's not very original. They could have done a little bit more with it. Kings, though, definitely on the rise. Looking forward to what they have into the future, though. So, for our next logo, we have the Oklahoma City Thunder, and this is an A tier logo. Really nice color scheme. I really love Oklahoma City's color scheme throughout all of their jerseys, logos, branding, all of it. Even though it includes a basketball, it's done very well. And most of it's covered up by the OKC part. Definitely like how the orange and blue go together. Really nice logo. Definitely would recommend. And now I've been waiting on this one. It's my hometown team, the Detroit Pistons. And I absolutely hate to do them like this. But this is a C tier logo. I'm sorry. Not very creative. Basketball. Really like the color scheme. Kind of saves the whole logo. The font's actually pretty nice, so that does add to the logo, but it is just a basketball. This Pistons logo is the best logo that we've had. Really nice color scheme. I would like for the Pistons to bring it back, but with the modern color scheme. Kind of modernize it a little bit, add the modern colors, kind of make it a little more simplistic. But overall, really nice logo. Just couldn't put them higher. So, moving on. We have the Philadelphia 76ers. And this is an S tier logo. Really like the color scheme of Philadelphia's logo. Even though they include the basketball, it's very well done. I really like the font of the 76ers. And I like how they include the stars, the circle stars thing. Really nice logo. I like the font for Philadelphia too. So nice logo. 10 out of 10 would recommend. And now for our next logo. We're going to go with the New York Knickerbockers, also known as complete trash.
You're just like me. Trash!
The New York Knicks. The color scheme's good. Iconic logo. You gotta like the logo. It's an A tier logo. It's a good logo. Probably the most recognizable other than the Yankees logo in sports. Pretty good logo. Team's terrible. I really hate Dolan. Well, hate's a strong word. No, I'd say I despise. No, I'm playing. He's not a good owner. So I just don't like the Knicks organization as a whole. Moving on. The Milwaukee Bucks logo. It's a very nice logo. It's gotta be A tier. I really like how the Buck looks. The font for the Milwaukee Bucks part could be a little bit better, but I really like the cream and green colors combined with the white. I think it really makes for a really satisfying color palette. I don't know. However you say that. It's very aesthetically pleasing, really nice to look at, and you know, at this point, I gotta give Milwaukee Bucks fans something to cheer about, so, yeah. Anyways, moving on. For our next NBA logo, we are going to go with the Charlotte Hornets, and this is a B tier logo. It's pretty average. I like the look of the Hornet. I like the color scheme. It's just something about this logo just doesn't stick with me that much. Really, the only good thing about their franchise right now is their logo. Kind of towards the end of the pack. Kind of like their actual NBA team. So, moving on to our next NBA logo. We have the Cleveland Cavaliers logo. And a little bit of a controversial pick, but this is an A tier logo. It's pretty nice. I really like the inclusion of the sword. I think that's the technical, is it cutlass or whatever? Like, you know, the sword. I'm probably spending too much time on this, but yeah, the sword looking thing looks good. I really like the font for the Cleveland Cavaliers. I really like how it's surrounded in a shield. That's a nice touch. The font on Cleveland Cavaliers is actually really nice. How all the colors work together is very aesthetically pleasing. I like the logo. It's a really nice logo. So moving on to our next NBA logo, we have the Memphis Grizzlies logo. And this is a B tier logo. It's pretty average. It's a nice logo. The font for Memphis is actually pretty nice. The way they incorporate the colors is pretty cool with the shading. It's just an average logo, including how the Grizzly looks. Pretty nice, just not pushing that A tier range. So moving on to our next NBA logo, we have the Indiana Pacers logo, and this is a B tier logo. It's pretty decent. I like how the colorways mesh together. The font could be a little bit better. The P is actually pretty cool, but I have to take points off for using a basketball very uncreatively. So colorway is pretty decent, but overall just an average logo. And now moving on to our last three logos, which all include a basketball.
All D tier.
Hate them. Terrible. Absolutely horrible. No. The Toronto Raptors logo is definitely an A tier logo. Very good color scheme. I really like it. I love how they use the scratch marks on the basketball which is very creative way to use it. I like the font. The colorway is very nice. Really blends well together. Really aesthetically pleasing. Nice logo. Very creative. 10 out of 10. Nah, I'm just kidding. It's not S tier. You suckers, you thought. For our next NBA logo, we have the New Orleans Pelicans logo. Now this is another A tier logo. That's right. A tier is the biggest tier out of all of them. I really like the font. The color scheme's very nice. It really meshes well together. The Pelican is very nice incorporated into it. I really like at the top how they incorporate kind of that New Orleans kind of looking aesthetic. It looks really nice. The font at the bottom for the Pelicans is actually okay, but overall, very nice logo. Just not as great as some of the other top tier logos. And now for our final NBA logo, the Dallas Mavericks logo. This is an S tier logo, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely beautiful. Love the color palette. Beautiful incorporation of a Maverick. The basketball part is okay. I'm gonna deal with it. The font's really nice. Really like how they include the stars to kind of fit that Dallas theme, especially the one at the end because it's the Lone Star State. Looks very aesthetically pleasing. 10 out of 10. Would recommend. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Woo! So yeah, that's my tier list. Let me know down in the comments if you disagree with anything. What would you change? Am I completely insane? If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. And if you want to see more content like this, subscribe and hit that bell so you never miss a video. Thanks again for watching. I'm Nathan, and I'll see you next time.